I fired an employee after his parents died. I hired this guy Trevor about 8 months ago. Good resume, seemed motivated during the interview, and we desperately needed someone to handle our social media accounts. The first few months were actually pretty solid. Trevor showed up on time, got his work done, and even stayed late a couple times when we had big client deadlines. Nothing fancy, but he was reliable, which is honestly all I ask for from my employees. Then his parents died in a car accident. Absolutely tragic. I gave him 2 weeks off immediately, no questions asked, and told him to take as much time as he needed. I've lost family too, so I get it. When someone's grieving, work is the last thing on their mind. Trevor came back after 3 weeks. He seemed okay, considering everything. A little quiet, but that was expected. I even had the team order flowers for his desk, and we all signed a card. We're not a huge company, only 12 people, so we try to look out for each other. But then weird stuff started happening. Trevor would disappear for hours during the day, not like bathroom breaks or lunch. I'm talking about being gone from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with no explanation. When I'd ask where he went, he'd just say he had to handle some family stuff. Fair enough, I thought. Probably dealing with lawyers or insurance or all that nightmare paperwork that comes after losing your parents. This went on for about a month. Our clients started complaining that their social media posts weren't going up on schedule. Posts would be scheduled for 9 a.m. and wouldn't go live until 4 p.m. Some days, nothing got posted at all. I had to personally call 3 different clients to apologize and promise we'd fix it. I pulled Trevor aside and asked if he needed more time off. Maybe he came back too soon, you know? He swore everything was fine and that he'd get back on track. Said he was just having trouble focusing, but that he really needed the work to keep his mind busy. 2 weeks later, I caught him sleeping in his car in our parking lot at 11 a.m. His computer was still logged in at his desk with a half-finished Instagram post that should have been live 3 hours earlier. When I woke him up, he reeked of alcohol and could barely keep his eyes open. That's when I found out what was really going on. Trevor hadn't been dealing with family paperwork during his disappearances. He'd been going to bars, like every single day. The grief had completely derailed him, which I understand, but he was using our company time and basically stealing his paycheck while our clients suffered. I tried to work with him, suggested he look into counseling, offered to adjust his schedule so he could work from home some days, even said we could reduce his hours temporarily if he needed space to heal. But Trevor got defensive and started yelling about how I didn't understand what he was going through and how dare I question him when his parents just died. The final straw came when one of our biggest clients, a local restaurant chain, found out their entire week of posts never went live. They were running a promotion that week and lost thousands in sales because nobody knew about their special deals. They threatened to drop us and demand a refund. I had to fire Trevor, not because his parents died, but because he was drunk at work, disappearing for hours every day, and completely neglecting the job we were paying him to do. His grief was understandable, but destroying our business wasn't acceptable. When I called him into my office, he immediately started crying and saying I was heartless for firing someone whose parents just died. He even threatened to post about it on social media and said he'd make sure everyone knew what kind of person I was. The whole thing made me feel terrible. I'm not some corporate robot. I have a heart, but I also have 10 other employees counting on this business to pay their bills, and clients who trust us to do our job.